Welcome, everyone. It's nice to be back here with you all. I thought I might just take a couple minutes and speak about the practice of meditation and what it actually does for us. One of the great benefits of meditation is it brings us back to reality. To reality. It brings us back to this moment and what is actually real. So I have a little bit of a funny story. Maybe it's not so funny. It's a little tragic, but um, this weekend I have my daughter. She's going to graduate from high school, and my mother and my aunt, they're coming in just actually as soon as I'm done here. I have to pick them up at the airport, and one of the fun activities I had planned this weekend, it was actually my daughter's idea, was she wanted me to do this big bike race here in Durango. And it's a race that people come from all over the world and do it. You race against a train from our little mountain town to the next mountain town over. It's like 55 miles away, over a couple really big mountain passes. And I've done it before, and it's really a fun ride, really grueling ride as well. And so the other day I was sitting with my daughter, and we were speaking about this weekend, and it's just a jam-packed weekend. She's graduating, and then the next morning we are going to get up at 6 a.m. and start this race, and then she has parties all day. And then the next day, her graduation party and family coming in. And she just looked at me and she said, and I've been training for it, which is, which has been fun. It's gotten me off the couch and, out riding my bike. And she looked at me and just said, "Dad, I just don't think I want to do this race. I'm just feeling overwhelmed with this weekend." And, my heart sunk a little bit because I was really looking forward to having, a nice special moment with my daughter before she heads off to college. And, I said, "Oh, okay," but I was, she's like, "Are you upset?" And I was like, "No, I'm fine. Daddy's fine." And, a little bit later, um, I realized I went on a bike ride myself, and I just really hurt myself, just pretty bad. And I'm pretty tough, but, this time, I could barely walk to the end of the block, and it's gone on for like, I guess 5 days now, maybe 6 days, just excruciating pain. And at first, my mind had a little bit of a story of how my daughter kind of let me down and she didn't want to be with her dad. And, she's just done with me and this and that. But, when you sit down in meditation, it just brings you back to reality. Like, what is the truth? She doesn't want to go. And oh my God, I'm in a lot of pain. Like, this body of mine is not going to be able to do this. And I got up for meditation. And the next day, my body started to feel a little bit better. And I thought, okay, yeah, maybe I'll just do it by myself. And as the days went on, the injury actually intensified more and more. And, to the point of last night, I'd gotten out of the shower and I was trying to put my pants on, and I was just in so much pain. I was like, oh my God, I don't think I can put my pants on. This is like, this is an issue here, like I'm not like this body of mine. It's not functioning. It's just not there. And again, so as I sat down in meditation again, and I had just thought of this race, there was just a clear, no, this isn't the right idea. And this is what meditation does, is it just helps to bring us back to reality, to the basic truth of what's happening right here, right now. Our mind may have great ideas, like this idea I have is really beautiful. It's actually my daughter's idea of, doing this race together, and it's really sweet. But just sometimes in life, things don't work. They just don't work. And meditation is a time to bring us into direct contact with truth. With the truth. And we can argue with the truth, we can fight with it, but at some point, the truth is the truth. And then last night, we had a little bit of a tragic moment. I was with my daughter, and she had a celebration at the school, like a senior celebration. Each student shares off their work, shows off their work. And later in the evening, there was also different community members that were going to come forward and announce who received the scholarships, from the community. And my daughter, she's a really bright girl, straight A's, and she's in all the clubs and on the mayor's committee. And like her resume is like 5 or 6 times longer than mine, which just, shows you how hard she's worked. She also has a really bad dyslexia. And so she has to work extra hard to get straight A's and, perfect 4.0. And she's grown up with this whole group of girls, and they're all just great kids, hardworking. Some of them are really great athletes, and but they're all bright, and they've stayed out of trouble, and so all of them, together, they're like these wonder girls, and they, so they all applied for, the same scholarships within the community. And so last night, when it came time for the announcements, one of my daughter's friends, she won the first scholarship. And then someone else came forward and said, hey, we have another scholarship, and we're going to announce the winner. And then the same girl won the second scholarship. And my heart sank a little bit, because I was like, oh boy, my daughter Maya worked so hard, I hope she wins. And then it came the third scholarship and was announced. And then the same girl won. And then it came, time for the fourth scholarship. And then the same girl won. And this time it was a full ride scholarship. And again, my heart just sunk, because I knew my daughter had worked so hard. And it was funny, because all these different scholarship organizations, they don't know each other, but they all gave the scholarship to the same person. And, the girl who won is one of my daughter's friends. I mean, she's just a great kid, great student. I mean, they're all, like all these young girls, they're just great kids. And just, there was a little voice that came forward in my mind that just said, boy, it would have been nice if they all talked and spread out the scholarships and, this and that, and, not just gave it all to one person. I mean, basically she was did a hat trick, with scholarships. And after you get the full ride, the other scholarships were just extra money for her. And part of me just thought, geez, that just doesn't seem fair. And that's the truth, is life isn't fair. It's just not. We can argue with it, we can fight, we can want it to be different. This is one of the tendencies of our egoic nature, is that we come into this world with this idea that life should be fair. It's supposed to be fair. It's an all-loving God, and therefore it must be fair, right? Like, isn't that what is supposed to happen? And again, when we find ourselves back, on the cushion, when we find ourselves in a state of silence, and we give ourselves permission, just to drop into reality again, to connect with this basic truth, we see, yes, life's not fair. It's not. But as we deepen in this, we discover, but it is divine. It is divine. This young girl who won, she's supposed to win. That's her karma. That's her path. That's her truth. To the other girls who are all equally as good in the room, who'd worked hard and applied for the scholarship and that, their truth is to go forward, to find another way, to find another way, to not be victorious this night, but to continue to open and receive. Come what may. Come what may. When we have this attitude towards life, of giving ourselves permission to continue to open, to continue to receive, despite, the external circumstances and what we think is right or wrong or true or fair or this or that, eventually we just find ourselves guided back to the immensity of this moment. The gentle and yet sometimes quite profound truth that is right here, right now, holding each and every one of us. Each and every one of us, with or without our mind's idea of fairness or shouldness, or it's supposed to happen a certain way or whatever it is. And so I'm going to invite you all just to gently close your eyes and come into the simplicity of this moment. And so just join me in taking some deep, full belly breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. And just feeling what's here, experiencing what's here. Experiencing the quiet truth. The quiet truth of this moment. And so I invite you to feel your body. Deeply relaxing. And giving awareness full permission to wake up. Here. And now. Here. And now. And so we're relaxing our mental consciousness, which has a thought about this thing and that thing, right and wrong, good and bad, up and down, should and should not, and just letting it all go. Any thought of this should not be happening, I want something different. And let all those thoughts simply dissolve to the quiet space, the quiet presence of what is. What is. So this moment right here, right now, can you give yourself permission to surrender all thought, all agenda, the entire mental and emotional movement of ego. Just surrender into this moment. And actually wake up to what's here. Can you feel, can you experience the vibrant presence of your own being? And for some of you, you may just notice a very gentle vibration, the supreme silence and innocence of your being. And for some of you, you may feel a tremendous amount of light, of energy, Kundalini or Shakti, of course, anywhere in between. That in this moment, can you simply feel, be, wake up to your presence, beyond thought, beyond emotion. And for a couple of you here, I'm going to invite you just to relax your attention in the space of the mind or the third eye, and just allow awareness to soften and descend into the heart. And just feel how your experience changes when you give yourself permission to be less concentrated in the space of the mind, and yet more deeply and fully awake in the space of the heart. You may notice things soften a little bit or become more alive and vibrant. And sometimes we can get a little serious on the path. If you feel into the nature of reality, it's not necessarily serious. It's more like a dance. That's spacious, that is vast, that is flowing. And so we are inviting reality to reveal herself to us. And keep in mind that what you are is also reality. So you're allowing, inviting your whole energetic body to relax, to let go, and wake up. Simultaneously, we're inviting this room to wake up. The hugeness of the sky to wake up in us as us. The groundless ground to wake up in us as us. And so breathing in and breathing out. Feeling, experiencing reality waking up in you as you. These flows of light, these flows of grace. and a cosmic emptiness and fullness in every direction. And so I encourage you all to relax a little bit more fully in the solar plexus, the belly, the pelvis, be open, be open everywhere. You may even feel this. It's like a cosmic wind blowing through you. You may even feel a sense of non-locality. That what you are is everywhere. Feel very disorienting, mysterious. This may be a new experience for some of you or most of you. That what you are is everywhere. You stepped into a state of being which is beyond time, beyond space. And for any of you, if that's too strange or bizarre, or you don't understand, that's okay. Just let go. Let go. And be. The hugeness of this moment. Are any of those of you stuck in your head? Who would you be without your thoughts? Without this mind? You give yourself permission to let go the grip, the attachment to egoic identity. And be this cosmic eternal. So we're breathing, feeling, letting go. And for those of you in the room who are struggling a little bit with the human, in the most gentle way, I encourage you just to smile a little bit at the human, at the difficulty, at the unfairness, or the attachment. A smile at some sorrow or confusion or your egoic identity, just in the most humble and gentle way, just fully understanding that. Yeah, sometimes this thing holds on. Either way, if you're experiencing non-locality, a sense of cosmic, eternal, or intense human struggle, or anywhere in between, the beauty of reality is it's all welcome. Reality is eternally open. If there is something that shouldn't be here, it would not. So we're giving ourselves full permission to let go. Experience the fullness. absolute fullness of this moment. And so we're breathing, feeling, letting go. We're starting to step into a multi-dimensional experience. So continuing to let go into the cosmic eternal experience of non-locality. And yet simultaneously, I feel the presence of the Divine Mother coming forward. With a message for those of you who are struggling. I am here for you. I am here for you. Give me your pain, your resistance, your confusion, your heartache, your resistance and lack of openness. Give it all to me. Let me hold you. Let me love you. Let me do this path for you. So we're breathing, feeling, letting go. And I invite you all to give yourself permission to be radically humble. And receive the Mother. Let her do your path. Let her unravel your karma. Let her sort out your life. Let her nurse your wound. All the while, I invite you just to continue to deepen, to let go. Especially in the heart, the lower heart, solar plexus, the belly. You may feel supreme intensity and light in the space of the mind. You may also be feeling this. It's like a cosmic wind. Flowing through your consciousness. For some of you, you may be sitting also in a state of supreme resistance. And please know that this is good too. That what's here is being burnt up, is being cooked in the light, is being released and worked on. So do not lose faith that something wonderful is happening, even if it feels quite difficult. This is normal. And so all of us, as a group, as a sangha, I invite you all to join me in taking a deep breath and letting go a little more fully. Opening a little bit more fully. And jumping off this cliff into the supreme unknown. Letting go into the cosmos. Beginning to experience and realize I am the universe. I am this eternal radiance and light. For those of you struggling, I am a warrior. Your willingness to be here in this brilliance, this intensity, your willingness to sit with resistance, with pain, with heartache. There's deep respect for you. Profound respect from the Divine Mother herself. Life can be quite difficult. She hears your prayers. Sees your struggle. Is cheering you onward. And so again, I'm going to invite the Sangha, the community, to take a deep breath, to let go more deeply, more fully, not only for yourself, but for your brothers and sisters here, for the entirety of this planet. Can you receive? Can you let go? Are you willing to relax a little more deeply and fully for your brothers and sisters here? Can you be the light? Who am I? Beyond name, beyond form, beyond body, beyond birth, death, gender. Who am I? Can you let go into this cosmic brilliance, this cosmic freedom, and be this hugeness, breathing, feeling, saying an absolute yes to what's here, to what I am. So I invite you all to take a couple more deep, full belly breaths, feeling the heat, the burn, the intensity of what you are. And then just gently coming back into the room. You can give yourself permission to open your eyes and to notice this brilliance. Notice yourself in what you see. Notice yourself as reality. As you look around, seeing, feeling. Even giving your human self permission to be disoriented. As you notice, what is it like to have no identity? No identity as human. To be this experience of the cosmos. To feel, to experience, to be non-locality. Of not saying, I am here, but rather experiencing, I am everywhere. So just breathing, feeling, and just gently smiling. Smiling at this incredible experience of being divine. And so, it's so good to be here with you all. I'm smiling a little bit as I have this little dog Buster who's in the other room losing his mind. I don't know if any of you can hear him, but he's feeling like he needs to really protect our home right now. Barking a lot. And so anyways, it's so funny what we are. To me, it's just this absolute paradox of being this hugeness and this cosmic consciousness, and then simultaneously, God has given us a fun life of having a body that struggles and gets hurt and having human relationships and, all the joys and tragedy that come with this. And it's just, to me, I'm always eternally amazed at this thing called life. This thing called life. Just floating in and out on the spiritual path between, states of just eternal hugeness. Non-locality, which was a very interesting thing to come this evening. It's not something I think about often, but sometimes, as God presents herself to us, in us, as us. It's the beautiful thing about the path is it's so dynamic in so many ways. In so many ways. Never-ending wonder. And so anyways, I just want to thank you all for showing up tonight, and those of you in Australia this morning. And it's good to see some old faces return. It's good to see you. It's good to be with you. And for those of you showing up each week, my heart is with you. And I kept feeling this moments I could see in the group, some people struggling, and, also I just felt these moments of together as we let go communally, as we let go as a group. We do support each other. It's a tremendous gift you give, to your brothers and sisters here. It's a tremendous gift you give to the world. Often we think of the path as something that I'm doing. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to become enlightened. But it's all of us waking up together. Oneness is oneness. It wakes up a deep concern and love and compassion. And so I really felt that as a group this evening, firstly, just through everyone just showing up and continuing to show up, and some of the older faces who've been absent for a little bit just coming back into the room, and, full welcome, full honor and respect to each and every one of you. And then as we let go together as a group, I just felt this, this very gentle and silent smile from the Divine Mother that we're doing good work. We're doing good work. And so I humbly bow to each and every one of you, and may peace be with you all. And I hope to see you again soon.